Okay, welcome back. We are sort of counting down to the market opening. We got the global sort of behind, the global setup and implications behind. Let's get to our research team, which is standing by, and let's talk about the top stocks we are watching out. IDBI Bank is the first one. Abhishek is standing by with to tell us why. Abhishek, hi, morning.
Morning, Prashant. So, IDBI Bank will write to exchanges to classify government holding as public after the divestment takes place. So, new acquirer of the bank will meet the minimum public shareholding, which is about 25%. So, post divestment, Government of India will not exercise control over the affairs of IDBI Bank. They will not have any special rights with respect to the bank, and also the fact that none of the government's servant will have any representation on the board or act as any key managerial position in the bank as well. The voting rights of Government of India will not be more than 15% of the total voting rights, and reclassification as public is with respect to the open offer that is being made by the acquirer. Back to you.
Okay, so hopefully that should have an impact. Sonia is joining us on CEAT. Sonia, they're expecting a good growth this year?
Oh yes, they put out a target of a $2 billion revenues that they're looking at in the near term. Now they're very optimistic, but they haven't given an exact timeline. But the way the trajectory of the revenues are going looks like they could meet that by FY25 itself, the $2 billion target. Now, their focus is more on the passenger car tires as well as the off-highway tires. Remember, currently CEAT is the #1 player in the two-wheeler market, but now they're looking to expand further into the passenger car segment through the SUV segment as well as in the farm equipment space. So they do mention that they've made strong gains in the European Union as well as in the US markets over the last 5 years in farm tire manufacturing. Now, Elara Capital put out a view that this $2 billion target is slightly higher than what the street is estimating. So that's a bullish view coming in from the management, and hence I'm going with green. Elara says that CEAT could touch $1.8 billion revenues by FY25. If you look at the trajectory up until FY22, they've already done 9,300 crores. If they grow at about 22%, it would mean 11,500 crores by FY24. And then if they grow by 30%, that would mean touching the 15,000 target by FY25. So it looks feasible, but it's yet an ambitious plan. The additional positive, of course, is the fall in rubber and crude prices. Rubber prices are down 24% from the April 2022 highs. Crude prices are 40% lower. So expect CEAT's margins to improve further, which in any case have been on an upward trajectory for the last couple of quarters. Back to you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, I just wanted to say that Sonia is away for an exclusive show, and she will be back with us later on for the second half of the day. And of course, we make her work even when she's far away. All right, let's get to Vivek. Vivek, you have a bunch of stocks on your radar.
Good morning. Yes, quite a few stocks on the list. So Force Motors, it's given a production as well as a sales update. Total production is a little over 2,300 units, up almost 12% on a month-on-month basis. Domestic sales is up almost 14.6%, coming in at the 1,861 units. And export sales have jumped up almost 27%, coming in close to the 430 units mark. The other stock on our radar is RVNL. Now the company has got an LOA for a project worth almost 166 crore, and this is for track development project from Surat Metro Rail. Also keep an eye out for on Pokarna, a significant relief coming in there. Remember, the US Department of Commerce had started an anti-dumping duty investigation into the company for quad surfaces that the company exports to the US markets. However, this is a relief. The US Department of Commerce has decided that there has been no, the company has not sold these particular products below the fair market value, so there will be no duty imposed on Pokarna. Also keep an eye out for DFM Foods. It's been a successful delisting from Advent International. The final delisting offer price was at 467 rupees a share. A little context here, the discovered delisting price had come in at 525 that Advent had rejected and had given a counter offer of 467. That is now successful. The initial delisting price was at almost 263.8 rupees a share.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, Vaistha is joining in to tell us about a few more stocks that are on the news. Morning, Vaistha.
Good morning, Nigel. Let me start off with Mukand, wherein the company has completed the transfer of approximately 46 acres of land at their facility in the Thane district. Now, remember, the aggregate consideration has been at about 796 crores, and part of the funds were already received earlier. Now, this deal is expected to reduce the borrowing costs for the company. As on 30th of September 2022, the interest cost was at 46 crores. Moving on to CEAT Industries, when there's going to be a board meeting scheduled on the 10th of Jan for the proposal of raising funds by way of issue of equity or convertible warrants on a preferential basis. And the last is some of the steel players which will be in focus. The HRC prices have risen in China, and this is likely to aid sentiments for domestic steel players such as JSW Steel, Tata Steel, etc.
Okay, thanks for that, Vaistha. Well, let's do a quick recap of all the top stocks we just covered for you. Stocks with positive news flow include IDBI Bank, CEAT, Force Motors, RVNL, Pokarna, DFM Foods, Mukand, CEAT Industries, Tata Steel, and JSW Steel. While for today, well, we have no stock that is going to be reacting to negative news flow. So hopefully, most of them open in the green.
All right, with that, let's get to the commodity cues. Manisha Gupta is waiting by. Manisha, steady as she goes for crude.
Yes, it does. It's holding firm there, but below $80 per barrel for both the varieties. It has been very volatile and choppy, but yes, for the last 24 hours, it has been within that range as well. But not so the case for the natural gas, where we have seen further decline now coming in. Last night was yet another 10% of a fall. So for natural gas, we are trading at a new 52-week lows right now. So the gas prices fell 35% in the month of December, and they have declined 18% for the month of Jan as well. There is lower heating demand, the warm start to the northern hemisphere winter, and Europe looking at record high temperatures. All of that is weighing on the gas prices. But the metals in the overnight markets have done well with the decline in US dollar, and now China reopening even more. The metals as a sector overnight was one of the gainers.
Okay, that's important to note, metal gainers. Also, the dollar index ended pretty high yesterday. I mean, there was at least a one-tick move.
It's made an impressive comeback across the range of currencies, back above 105.
Yeah, so we'll have to see whether it has any impact on the currency. The rupee strengthened yesterday because of the fall in crude prices. We have to see whether this has an impact. Along with higher metal prices, it may be positive for the steel stocks and the metal stocks. We'll take a break and we'll analyze all these cues with Prakash Devan, who joins us for some fundamental stock analysis. Later, we will connect with Itira Davis of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank to discuss their business update for the third quarter. Stay tuned.